Very cool. Good? Still recording?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So today, finally, back on Ded Betty, our 1955 Buick Special. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing our Gennie Shifter. Gennie Shifter was awesome enough to get on board and send us one of their automatic shifters over. And I'm very excited. It is a fabulous looking product. And it's going to go really good with the car and the look of the car and stuff. So we did do an unboxing video when they first sent us some stuff. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link up in one of the corners and you can click there and check it out. Make sure you go over to their website, GennieShifter.com. I'll put it down here on the bottom. If you have any questions for them at all and need help picking out the type of shifter that you want, or to find out if it's compatible with what you've got or if it's going to work for what you're doing, then go ahead, check out their website, give them a call. You can call them at 303-623-1963 or email them at info@GennieShifter.com. The transmission that I have is a 4L65E or 4L60E. And I opted for the mid-mount rail kit. You can also get an end-mount kit, which mounts to the end of the transmission. I opted for the mid-mount because it's kind of adjustable, so I can set it in a few different positions along the transmission, and I wasn't sure where the transmission was going to sit because I only just got it mounted in the car where I want it to be. So today we're going to put this together, mount it on the transmission, and see how it looks. So I will start by pulling apart what all we've got here. There's a picture of what it'll look like when it's done. Instructions and list of parts. Comes with an emblem for the car to show off. Do have some super exciting news though. Gennie Shifter sent me over some extra shift knobs. What they've got, so originally when they first sponsored the build and sent me what was going on, I got this shift knob. Green's my favorite color. This one was really nice. Stood a little taller too, so it would look really good on the shifter. But they came out with a very nice hand painted line of shift knobs shortly after, and they sent me 3 of them. So we are going to do a giveaway. Make sure you head over to my Instagram page and follow me there, and I will do a post there where we are going to give away 1 or 2. Might give away 2 of these. We've got a hand painted gold one. We've got this brown one. It's kind of got like a wood feel to it, and then the classic black and red hot rod style shift knob. So it's also going to come with a bunch of stickers and any adapter you might need. These shift knobs will fit any shifter that you've got. Aftermarket shifter, you just need the right adapter, all's good. But you can go to their website and order yourself one of these nice shifters, and then they've got some awesome enough said. That's the one that's going in Ded Betty. So I'm still leaning towards putting the green one in the Buick, but depending on which one of these is left over after the giveaway, I might put one of those in there too. We'll see. Anyways, so stay tuned for that giveaway. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so we'll pull out the rest of the part. This is the main mechanism here. It's got your neutral safety switch, which is something I didn't mention in the original video. Some people had some questions about it, but it does have the neutral safety switch in it. Some linkages, plates, hardware, all nicely packaged. Boom. Okay, so let's figure out what we're gonna do here. So I'd like to just mock up what I can on the bench first, and then we can go from there. So it looks like these go on top of the transmission like that. These mount to the back housing bolts. These go here and here. Should grab onto this. So I'm going to take care of that first. And I'm just going to loosely put them in here because, like I said, there's a couple different spots where these can go. I'm just going to mount them in the middle for now. All right, can you pass me one of those that fits this? Thank you. These inserts here are threaded, or these plates here are threaded. So the provided hardware just locks in there. On final install, I probably would Loctite these so they don't come undone. Especially once I get the floor all put back together in there. Just going tight enough here so we can hold its geometry. So again, we're just going to pop this on here. We're just going to pop this on here, and we will pop it back off and adjust it into place where we want. It's got a little set screw on the top here. And it just slides right onto those splines. So that'll grab onto our shift linkage with one or both of those. So when you're mounting this on the transmission, these will mount at the tail shaft housing location. These ones here will mount into some original holes on the transmission itself. So again, we're just going to put these in here loosely, and then we can rotate them and adjust them as we need. There's a lot of adjustability built into these, which is fantastic, because it allows us to set the angle of the shifter and anything else we might need. Now, they also have a full range of like shifter boots and all that kind of stuff to finish off your shifter installation. And then they also got stuff like gas pedals brake pedals, throttle assemblies, that kind of stuff, which eventually we will need, and we will definitely be in contact with them to get when we get to that step. So this here goes down on the transmission shift lever. So you can see these two little heim joints here go on the end of one of these two rods. So whether we need the long one or the short one, I'm not sure yet. Okay, well, I think we can move this into the car. Okay, so now we're here in the car. This is the 4L60E that was in the Yukon Denali, or if you want to get technical, is a 4L65E, but same thing as a 4L60E. Came out of the 2003 Yukon Denali with the motor. As you probably know, that vehicle is a all-wheel drive. So in order to use it in here, we had to convert it over to a two-wheel drive. My good friends over at Highwood Rod and Custom, they took care of that for me. We had to track down a two-wheel drive tail shaft for the transmission, as well as the housing, the two-wheel drive housing. The four-wheel drive, you can tell the difference because the four-wheel drive is a much shorter housing and a much shorter shaft because it links up with the transfer case. In this case, you put on this tail housing and it links straight up to the drive shaft. So we had to track down those parts, and then they had to tear it out from the front of the transmission all the way through to replace the tail shaft and then assemble it all back up. So they went through, replaced anything that needed to be replaced, checked it all out, made sure it was good. I think they even put in a mild shift kit, which is awesome, and sent that back to us. So a huge shout out to Highwood Rod and Custom for doing that for me. They're based out of Calgary, and they do a lot of these kind of swaps. So now we are here putting on our Gennie Shifter. First things first is to pull the top two bolts out of the tail shaft housing, because these here mount in there with the new supplied hardware from Gennie Shifter. So that's these two bolts here. So that goes back in there. Now, up near the front here, they supply these dowel style pins with the threaded end on them. These go inside of this space here, and then this over top, which I'm now realizing I need this out of here so I can do that. So first we will mount this over top of that. There we go. And then we will do the same on the other side with the other supplied dowel. Like I said, just leave all that stuff loose so we can adjust as need be. These come with little nylock nuts as well for those dowel pins. While I'm sitting here, I'm realizing that, just like I said, this has 1, 2, 3 positions you can put this in. So 1, 2, 3 positions you can put this in. I put it in the middle just for mock-up. It is interfering with one piece over here on the transmission, which is fine though, because this is actually really close to the dash right now. So I'm going to actually push this back to the furthest rear position, and then we will go from there. So we'll tighten these onto here. So like I said before, just gonna snug it up a little bit. Now that we've got these two rails put on there, I'm going to assemble these pieces. So like I said, they're labeled driver side, passenger side, and then there's this dowel peg that fits into there like that. So this goes on here, right there. There's a threaded hole, and it mounts up like that to support that back end of the rail. So then what we're doing is we're installing these on here with that. I'm just going to grab onto this dowel gently. I don't want to ruin it. With the vice grips, tighten down this. And there you go. That's installed on there just like that. And then this will go on there to support it. And then on here. Okay, so what we need to do is we just got to grind off a little bit of this that's on the transmission here. It just so happens to be interfering ever so slightly with this. So I'm just going to grind a little bit off of the face of that. That will allow this to be perfectly straight while we mount in everything else. So grind a little bit of that off and we will keep going. Okay, so you can see over here, I just took a little bit, you can see over here, I just took a little bit off of this, so that way this has room to fit down in there. So, much better. Okay, so you can see a little better on this side as I insert that dowel into there. It just pops in there, and then this will bolt onto here with the supplied hardware. Like I said, in final assembly, I'm probably going to come back and put Loctite on all of this so it doesn't come apart. But for now, this will work. Okay, so then the next step is to put this Gennie Shifter, the Gennie Shifter assembly with the two mounts in here. Now what you want to do when you're putting this in here is make sure that this splined portion is facing the driver's side, because it links back to the shifter on the transmission. And then you can also make sure that the neutral safety switch is on the passenger side. So we will go ahead and line this up and mount it in here. Okay. So that's installed on there. So then, like I said, the splined portion needs to be on this side here. And we'll figure out exactly where that should be in a second here. We're just going to go down there and install that other linkage arm portion, and then we can figure out which rod. I'm assuming it's going to be the long one though. Oh, maybe it's the short one. Yeah. Okay, so we will go and do that now. Just gotta remove this factory linkage. Replace it with the new one. The other one, the new one. Pretty sure in this application we need the short one. Just throw this on here. Just a leader. Okay, so just watch me mount this linkage on here loosely. So what I'm going to do now is just put this onto here, a set screw or two, and then we can test the linkage to make sure everything's the way it is. So with this shifter arm comes this hardware for it. So it does recommend that you use Loctite 242 thread locker for these set screws. Yeah, so we're not going to do that yet because, like I said, we're not in final assembly. This transmission is possibly going to come in and out a few more times, which means that this will have to come off for sure. So this shift stick assembly, the shift stick itself, is part of their Commander series. Beautiful billet. You can get it unpolished or left alone, depending on what you plan on doing with it. And then they've also got shorter versions of it, and they've got matching parking brake assemblies and handles to go along with it, and same with their gas pedal assembly. They've got one that goes along with this as well. It is a beautiful design, very beautiful piece, and I am very excited to have it in here. Okay, so I've got that on there. Now, the exciting part. So first, let's drive. I think I might need to, let's park. Pull it over. That's neutral. Drive. That's first. Yeah, I definitely need to do a little bit of adjusting in. So I think what we need to do here actually is I think we might need the long one. Most likely because we put it all the way in the back slot. Yeah, that looks a little closer. So take this out of here. Okay, so that's first. Second, drive. Oh, that's drive. That was third. Drive, neutral. This neutral. And park. Nice. There we go. So yes, it needed the long mechanism. So the really cool thing about this is the detent style mechanism that they have. So right now it's in park, locked in park. You can't get it out of park unless you pull it towards yourself and then move it back. Then you can go neutral, drive, and then if you want to go into the lower gears, once again you're locked out of there, and you're locked out of park as well. You're locked out of there, pull towards yourself. Then you can go down into first, second, and third. Up to drive, and then up into park. Locked in park. So, like I said, beautiful assembly here. Should work absolutely fantastic for this application. I'm going to tighten down these mechanisms. Tighten everything down, and then I will show you guys some shift knobs. Okay, so got that all tightened down. Whole thing works fabulous. Looks fantastic in here. So now it's just time for the fun stuff. So this, like I said, this was the original shift knob that I got from them that I picked out. My goal in here was always to put a really tall shifter. So this was the idea here, was it would make it a little bit taller. Plus green kind of goes with the interior here, and it's got a nice cool finish on it. They've got lots of other styles like this, lots of other colors, color combos. They have tons of shift knobs on their website, and they're always looking at putting in more. So there's that one. That's the original one that I got for the car. Now, like I said, we talked about doing a giveaway. So I just want to show you guys some of these. So these are the other shift knobs. That Nick sent over. Nick is the owner. Nick and his wife Sonia own Gennie Shifter. So these are the beautiful new shifters that they have put together. And then using some of these adapters. And actually the adapter on this one is just staying behind, so that's perfect. So this is what this one would look like on here. Very cool, classic hot rod style Gennie Shifter. It's got the lettering on it. It says Gennie Shifter right there. So same thing with that one there. And then, like I said, I've also got gold, which would be pretty sweet in here. Although there's no other gold, but gold's always cool. And then a nice wood finish one. So stay tuned to the channel and to my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. And go follow Gennie Shifter on Instagram. And we will announce the giveaway here soon on one of those. It'll most likely be, you know, make sure you follow us both, tag a friend, and then we will let you pick which one of these 3 shift knobs you would like. And then, like I said, universal. They come with adapters for different styles of aftermarket shift sticks, as well as the shift sticks that Gennie Shifter produces. So you will get shift knob of your choice out of these 3, a couple of adapters, so that way hopefully it'll fit whatever you've got. And then we will also send you along a bunch of stickers. They sent us a whole bunch of Gennie Shifter stickers to send out to you guys as well. So thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will also do a how-to article in the magazine with pictures and everything like that of how we installed this and how it works. And yeah, super rad. I'm excited for this thing. I might even give away all 3 of these, so stay tuned. Keep watching. We'll announce a giveaway or 2 or maybe 3, or maybe we'll do like a first, second, third, and you guys can all possibly win one of these. So for now, I am going to throw my OG one back on and keep these ones protected in the bags for you guys. There we go. Very cool. Once again, thanks Nick, thanks Sonia. I really appreciate you guys sending this stuff out to me and being a part of the magazine and supporting the magazine. And I look forward to getting on the road with this in hand. All right, keep cruise culture alive. Thanks, guys.